I am reenacting the role of a manager of the fort back in 1864 to 1874. And his name was Francois Ovid.
We are closing in 5 minutes.
Okay. Metals, kind of ornamental types of pieces, and this is just a little tin that I will use as a tinder box, so it will hold a flint and steel in here. Just putting it back together now. Just simple tin, and with a couple of little tools, it's shaped into a little bit of design work there. The kind of thing that most often you would find jewelers, silversmiths, and goldsmiths doing that. But little tin goods and boxes were quite common for people in the 19th century in the fur trade to carry around, to carry their flint and steel or just various bits and pieces. And sometimes they would be decorated with these kinds of designs, high relief kinds of designs, done here like this with just a little chisel and a hammer. And I just finished that one, and I just thought I would just start this one before I have to finish up and go away for the day. So when I'm working here on this side and working from this side of the tin, it's called chasing, and then I can flip it over and work it from the other side, and it's called repousser. So you go back and forth until you get these refined images all done. It's like drawing with a hammer and a little tiny baby powder. It's like baby powder. You mix those two together, and pine sap, which is incredibly sticky, all of a sudden still retains that kind of malleable quality to it when it's heated up, and when it cools, it gets quite hard, but it still supports the thing from the back. So as I've gone to this way, if I didn't have something filling all of these little grooves behind it, when I went to hammer down at the edges, the whole thing would collapse. This, because it's filled in there, is solid and hard and lets me continually almost sculpt and shape this material as I go along. So I'll be able to correct a lot of the little bits and mistakes. And again, all of this will look like a whole panel of that all the way along. And the final step will be to soak it in a little bit of vinegar and water overnight, which will take off all of this brown scale. I'll just give it a little polish, and it'll be bright copper. And then finally, this whole thing is being made into a little oval container. So that's the band that goes around a container. It will have a little purple velvet lid, little feet on it, and it will be a Victorian era pincushion is what it is. So, but it's that kind of design that's done.
How long did it take you to do this?
Well, this one I started this morning, and it probably all told, the maple leaf maybe took me actual work probably about an hour and a half, maybe. But my name is Danny, and they call me Danny the Chatty Blacksmith. So it just depends on the day. Sometimes that could take me days to get through because I just keep chatting. But if I don't chat, it doesn't take. Or I tell people that took me about an hour plus 10 years because it takes time to learn how to do it, right? Oh, yeah. But once you learn how to do it, it doesn't take that long. The kind of metal that you're working with, but the process is almost the same the whole time. So I know people that do this type of work with massive hammers and huge, they're not really chisels, they're called fullers and things to draw pictures, heavy designs in iron and steel. This is the same process, it's just done lightly. And it's called chasing and repousser. And really what it describes is the same process, but you flip it over. So this, you can just see those marks. How was your day? Do you wash a lot of clothes?
We wash the same clothes a lot of times.
You're very clean now.
Yes.
Now, have you got the washing stand out of your system? Are you like, now, okay, I'm done?
I'll keep it going,
like
but I'm not going to do all day wash stands.
No, set up some other people and show them how to do it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out.
It's very popular and
really
costs almost nothing in materials.
Which is the best.
Yeah.
Absolute best.
I use a little bit of soap.
The soap that you got?
Yes.
And only use a little bit?
Yeah.
That's so cool. And does it work well?
It works really well.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I should come do a spout washing and clean my hands at the end of every day. We should have a wash up at the end of the day. I want to get the big massive butt barrel and stick it outside and fill it full of cold water.
Oh!
And then we can just climb in at the end of the day.
Yeah. Half round butt. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it went well.
flint and steel yet?
I've set fires when I try to make toast, and my siblings like, you gotta turn the thing down. I'm like, please. A toaster doesn't have different settings. Apparently it does, and
It's just burned.
Yeah.
Well, you should have a leg up then on lighting fires here at the fort with flint and steel.
But I do want to learn to make the. I don't know if like the rows, like the big ones,
Yeah.
is too hard, but
No,
like
no,
this little-
you can definitely make the big ones. It is easy, and a bunch of people have been asking for that lately, and we'll definitely do that one
Okay.
because it's not any more difficult to do than the other one. I'm actually going to be starting to make a few roses. Yeah.
When it's getting warm out, we can't do
It
the
is,
forge every
and
day.
that's why I'm switching to these types of things too, because it's much easier to do this. This, if you get like craft station type of thing here,
Yeah.
so that we can just have. Come
Well,
down
we have
and-
this storage too for any.
I'll put your chair back. Karen Gabriel
right, yeah.
loved that chair.
Yeah.
She was
I
like,
heard.
"This is a really nice." And she doesn't say that about a lot of things. So watch your chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make more eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're great. The time taken to learn it.
Yeah.
But that said, the 10 years allows me to do it in an hour. Anybody could do it. It would probably take you through part of the
Put
afternoon.
these away, so I
Yeah,
gotta go.
so you're not going to keep hauling things around. So it just takes a little bit longer to do it, but you just work back and forth until you refine it. So it's I think I may eventually do offer.
Oh, I saw you.
Yeah, and now it's finished. So that's the maple leaf. It's got what you might want. Yes, but I don't have time to make one now.
Oh, okay.
So
That's okay.
come back again sometime. Regular time. I only here on Wednesdays.
Okay.
If you come back on a Wednesday, remind me. I'll make